What's up, everybody, and thank y'all for joining me for another episode. Appreciate y'all for letting me run my mouth to you for a time or two. Tonight's topic, it's a good one. I like this one. This is kind of an old one that I dug this up out of the archives. This is an old topic, a debate that I used to have. I'm gonna bring it here, man. I haven't brought it to this platform yet, but I used to debate this topic a while back ago, and I'm going to gear this question more toward the men than the ladies. I mean, it applies to either sex, but more so the men. I believe this is more, a question for us. So, brothers, fellas, can a step parent discipline your child? To clarify, I mean, can another man discipline your child? Step parent, the boy's step parent, can he discipline your child? Okay, so let me set the tone. You and your child's mother have been separated and broken up for a number of years, right? Y'all went y'all separate ways, but y'all co-parent very well, okay? And over the years, she had been dating some guy, and this ain't just somebody she just brought home yesterday. She's been dating long term, and finally she's married now. Okay, so this ain't just somebody she, rocking with, somebody she vibing with. She's married. Okay, married, got the house. And let's say the gentleman that she married had 2 children, him of his own. Okay, so your child's mom, she took the boy with her. Let's say it was a boy. She took the boy with her, rebuilt her life with another man who also had let's say he has a 10-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter. And let's say your son is 11. Okay. So everyone's close in age and they're married. They're under the same roof and life is good. You doing your own thing. You live in town. You're not a deadbeat. Okay. You in the picture. Okay, but you are not under the roof. You're not under their roof. All right. Now that I set the tone, can that man, her husband, the head of that household, discipline your child? Which is a good question. It's a good question. And listen, man, hey, half the people I ask this, I get different answers out of everybody. Like nobody is on the same page. Let me tell you what one of my guys said. Ignorant answer if you ask me, but this is what he said. He said, as long as I'm breathing and as long as I have a pulse, don't put your hands on my child. Period. His mama can do whatever she need to do as far as whoopings, as far as grounding, as far as whatever type of discipline, but you, as that man, don't ever attempt to discipline my child. He says, if he needs a man's discipline, I'm a phone call away. You can call me at 3 a.m. if you have to. Whenever he acting up and he needs some get right, you call me. Don't discipline my child. That was my homeboy's answer. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You telling me not to discipline your child who's eating off my dishes, who's eating my groceries, who's bathing in my water, playing PlayStation with my electricity, living in my house, my clothes, wearing my clothes on his back. Your child that I'm raising, don't get me wrong, even if you're instrumental in the child's life, meaning you're helping out, you're sending money over there, which I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm married to your ex and we have a family, you don't got to send money over here, bro. You don't got to send money over here. That's a whole nother podcast. But if I married this lady, you can send money to your son all day, but you ain't got to send, you can do it if you want. You can gift him whatever you need, but there is no set amount that you're going to have to kick into to my household just because you're the ex. No, bro, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But that was a sidebar. Back to the topic. And so I disagreed with my homie because it's like, you're telling me that I can't discipline somebody who I'm raising. And his answer was no. So here's my problem with his, you can call me at 3:00 in the morning theory, right? He's like, you can call me any time of the day or night and I will drop what I'm doing to come tighten my son up if need be. All right, let's paint the picture then. It's a Tuesday night. It's a school night. You know what I'm saying? It's 8:30 at night. You know, bedtime is at 9. Okay. The rest of the kids is on, the rest of the kids are on task. They on schedule. You know, they didn't brush their teeth. They didn't took their bath, done their homework. And it's 9:01. They in the bed. 9:08. Your son think it's a game. 9:08, your son think it's a game. 9:15, he's still in there, on the computer or on his phone, doing what? He's disobeying. No matter what he's doing, he's disobeying. Me as a man, you really want me to say, wait till I tell your father? Me as the head of this household, you really want me to say, wait till I tell your father? Okay, then you can say, well, his mama can handle it. Well, okay, guess what? I told y'all to go to bed, though. I'm not finna call Brenda up here every time this boy act up like you better get him. No, he finna fall in line with the rest of this family. Now, keep in mind, though, I come from the old school. I come from that era where, I come from granddaddy in them era, where the man was the head of the household, the woman was second in command, and the children were in subjection. I know it's a lot of y'all, new couples out here today where it's 50-50. There's nobody in charge, and there's all kinds of different setups. I think that's why the divorce rate is so high. That's why the separation of the black family is so high, because nobody knows, the roles have been reversed and have been, erased. There is no guideline, but that's, again, I digress. Let's say that Brenda is at work. Okay. And so it's me at home. Then put these, then cook dinner for these children, my 2 kids and your child. And everybody is supposed to be in bed. I may be up doing some paperwork before I, maybe doing the bills or whatever. And I can hear that your son up there still on that game, and it's 9:15, and I done told him to go he know the rules. He just feel like pulling it today. So he up there trying me right now. And so, again, you want me to go up there and tell that boy, wait till I tell your dad. And then you actually want me to call you, my man, call you and tell you, hey, man, I don't know what you got going on right now, but you better get over here. I told little Marcus to go to bed a half hour ago, and he still ain't done nothing. So I'm going to need you to come over here and do something. You out of your mind, brother. Out of your mind, brother. First of all, what does that do for the hierarchy in this house? That's a divided house. My kids are gonna see that and be like, dang, Marcus ain't gotta listen to daddy. But we do. No, none of that, bro. Order. Everybody is under the same order. So I wanted to put that question out there to the men more so than the women. But women, I can put it on. I can, ask your opinion as well. Would you allow me as that stepdad to discipline your child as well as mine? Would you hand over that torch? Because my son's mother, back before me and her had a child, she had a 10-year-old, and it's a past situation, so I can talk about it now. The boys are grown now, but coming through the gate, yeah, I had to win that position. I had to win it. She had to make sure, nigga, who is you, nigga? Is you finna be here or you not? I had to pay a couple bills. I had to hold down a couple jobs. I had to show her that I was capable and worthy of that torch before she handed it to me. And it was a struggle, but sooner or later we did get we got the hierarchy in order. We got that rank in order. And I can tell you, I can count on one hand how many times I whooped my own son and how many times I whooped my stepson. I had a stepdad and I was a stepdad. So I wanted to put this question out there to the parents that are dealing with people and dating people who have children already. And I just want to know, is it okay for a step parent to discipline your child? I'll let you next time. Peace. What's up, everybody? And thank y'all for joining me for another episode. Appreciate y'all for letting me run my mouth to you for a time or two. Tonight's topic. It's a good one. I like this one. This is kind of an old one that I dug this up out of the archives. This is an old topic, a debate that I used to have. I'm gonna bring it here, man. I haven't brought it to this platform yet, but I used to debate this topic a while back ago. And I'm gonna gear this question more toward the men than the ladies. I mean, it applies to either sex, but more so the men. I believe this is more, a question for us. So, brothers, fellas, can a step parent discipline your child?